Do you ever lay in bed at night thinking, what am I doing with my life? Or something's got to change, or nothing feels good to me anymore, or why am I even here on this planet Earth, right? So often we ask for a purpose. What's my purpose? What is my mission? Why am I here? Why do I keep going through day after day after day? And I never really felt as much on a hamster wheel as you are once you have a kiddo, because there are so many daily things that have to happen. And if you don't build in a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of purpose into your daily life, it gets really hard. And so today I want to take you through my second coaching session, right? I just created this incredible 12-session coaching program for highly sensitive souls. And on the first one, look back on that video. We talked all about your physical body, feeling good in your body. Because until we get you feeling good in your body, having more energy, not feeling aches or pains or stomach issues or whatever in your body, low energy, headachy, spacey, all those things, nothing's going to matter very much. So we take care of that physical body first. Now the second session, we are going to talk about your mind. So today I'm going to give you 3 powerful tools in how you can reconnect to your soul's purpose, to your mission, to your inspiration, to your passion, to your joy, to your fulfillment, to why life matters to you. Incredible session. Stick around. We're going to be talking about so many inspiring things. So let's jump right in. Do you know your life's purpose? Do you know what makes you feel most alive? What are you doing? What are you looking forward to? Or while you're doing it, you're catching yourself smiling. You're catching yourself feeling at ease. You're catching yourself giggling. You're catching yourself, with just your heart wide open, feeling like this is what I'm meant to do, right? These days, we all get drawn into needing this huge mission, right? This huge purpose, needing to serve the world, which I think is beautiful. I think it's amazing when we can serve this world. But remember, it begins with serving yourself, your own nature, reconnecting to your own nature. And then it can be as small as serving your child, serving your friends, serving your family, serving within your community. It doesn't have to be something huge unless you want it to be. And then there are always ways in order to accomplish that. But what is it when you think about what makes you smile? What reconnects you to who you really are? That is why you're really here, right? Abraham Hicks, one of my favorite spiritual teachers, I talk about them all the time. They say your purpose is joy, right? You came here for the joy of it, to enjoy what you create with your mind, with your vibration. The Pleiadians, another one of my favorite channels, channeled by Wendy Kennedy, they say Earth is a masterclass. We are here because this planet, like no other place in the galaxy, you can learn about emotions. Ooh, aren't they beautiful? We have a whole wide range of emotions, and we are here to learn, most of all, compassion and love. Love, can we reconnect to love? Doesn't that feel incredible in your life? When you're in the midst of a love affair or feeling so incredibly in love with your partner, with life, with who you are, do you really stop and be like, oh, I really wonder what my purpose is? No, because you're just living. You're just in the midst of it. Bashar, another one of my favorite channels, right? Those are my top 3. Bashar is channeled by Daryl Anka, and he has, oh my gosh, a beautiful, beautiful session that he did. I completely transcribed into my journal because it meant so much to me. He really kind of lays out the path of a light worker, right? The path. And gosh, I feel like so many of us highly sensitives are light workers. We light the path for others, right? This is the big thing I want you to remember. When you work through the challenges in your own life, your own emotions and how you're feeling in the moment. We always think it's so insignificant, and yet it's hugely significant, because whatever you work through, you are leaving a vibrational path. And this path lights the way for other souls who are coming behind you. And so whenever you are living your life just day to day, I mean, I have years when I look back in my journals, and I'm so glad that I had that time in my life, that I took that time. It came at a price, but I took that time in my life to really, what I was working on every single day was just me, my emotions, figuring myself out, figuring out how I can consistently shift into a better feeling place, how I can handle everything that gets thrown at me in this physical body on this earth as a highly sensitive being, and just learning how to feel good in my body, in my mind, how to continue to stream love even when it's challenging at times. So we light the way. So these are already like big missions that we have, right? We're here to experience joy. We're here to learn about emotions. We're here to embrace ourselves and others and truly light the path just by being our own unique self, right? And this is what I aim to do most of all with my coaching, right? I love helping highly sensitives just like myself. I love coaching highly sensitives back into the space of understanding themselves, loving themselves, embracing themselves for the incredible, unique being that you are. And once you reconnect to your soul, once you, on a consistent basis, you're like, I can tune back in. I know what me, the higher self, the higher being, the higher part of myself feels like. And I know how to continuously reach for that all throughout my day. And especially when hard things come up. Once you learn that, everything else just falls into place. Then you won't be wondering about your mission, because every day is just incredible. And you really hook back into the depth of like fulfillment, of really enjoying your life, of enjoying even the hard parts, of enjoying your tears, of enjoying your sadness, of enjoying and embracing even the moments that right now seem really hard for you. The moments where you fear getting stuck in right now, you'll even appreciate those, because you know in your heart who you are, this higher self, this unlimited being, this energy of love and light and peace and ease and trust and compassion and just beauty inside and out. So then the question becomes, how do I live my life in accordance to who I really am, right? Gosh, I remember those years of just searching for my purpose, searching for myself, really, searching for feeling good. What am I meant to do? For me, it was a lot with career, right? I was a massage therapist, and even though I enjoyed the work, I always felt like there was more. There was more I wanted to give, more I wanted to explore. And so I was kind of lost in this land of nothingness, right? It felt like I was just drifting, going, where do I belong? Who am I really? What am I meant to do on this earth? And while you're going through this like search and questioning life in yourself, you as a highly sensitive in particular are getting bombarded with all these outside things that you have to take care of, right? Your career and your finances and your kids and your house and your car and whatever it is, your health, right? Health is a big one for highly sensitives, and just like the stimulation all around you every single day. These days, so much online, right? So many things that you get bombarded with online all the time, which you can set boundaries, and we'll definitely talk about that another time. But it is so important to make that time and to grab your journal. I hope you have your journal, because these 3 tools that I'm giving you are going to ground you again. They're going to remind you of who you are. They're going to remind you of what brings you bliss and peace, and really what it is that you're looking for in this life. Okay, let's begin. The tool number 1 that I want to share with you is awareness. What 3 emotions are you feeling the most often through any kind of day, through any kind of week, right? And if you're like, I'm not really sure, pay attention. Pay attention for the rest of the day after you listen to this video. Pay attention for a couple of days, for a week, and just like feel into it. What am I feeling the most? Am I quick to go to anger? Am I quick to go to depression? Am I quick to go to anxiety? That's a big one. Am I quick to go to overwhelm? What are the top 3 emotions? Those could be positive or negative, right? If you're generally a very joyous, happy being, awesome. We'll talk about that too. But think about at least 1 or 2 of the lower emotions, lower vibrations that you don't enjoy so much feeling, and yet you feel like they come up a lot during your day. All right, you got those? Okay. I'm going to give you the list of 7 key areas in your life. If you've listened to my videos, I talk about this all the time. This is like one of the tools that, oh my gosh, I use so much of the time, and it is so valuable. So we're going to match your emotions to these 7 key areas, right? Because I want you to look at these 7 key areas and go, okay, I said that I get anxious a lot throughout my day. So then I want you to look at these 7 key areas and say, which one of these areas do I get anxious about, right? Here they are. Love relationship, right? You're one person, your love. Number 2, health, vitality, your body. How are you feeling in the body? Number 3, all other kind of relationships, right? With your kids, with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers. Number 4, your career. What do you do for work? Number 5, finances. Number 6, spirituality, religion, self-care, anything in that category, anything that grounds you. And then number 7, hobbies and travel. So then look at, for example, anxiety or whatever you answered as your top 3 emotions in a week, and look at, where do I feel this? And a lot of times there'll be 1 or 2 categories in particular that bring up a lot of that particular emotion. So it just gives you insight, it gives you clarity, and it helps you to pinpoint and realize, what do I need to work on? What do I need to shift? Where can I stream more positive energy and love in order to shift this, right? And then the last piece of that first tool is, which emotion? Pick one. You can pick, more as it goes on, but for this first week, really, I want you to pick one. Pick one emotion that you would love to feel more of during any given day, during any given week. What is it, right? For me, it's usually love, but sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's bliss, sometimes it's playfulness, sometimes it's creativity, sometimes it's inspiration. I love feeling inspired, right? If you've been going through a particularly challenging time in your life, it might be ease. I just need more ease. I need more peace in my life. Okay, you have your one emotion. Okay, now the game is, how can you activate that emotion? What needs to happen? Think back on a time when you felt that, right? If you're going with love, think about a time when you truly felt love. Where were you? What were you doing? Who were you with? And once you have these pictures in your mind, then can you let go of the pictures or see them drifting back a little bit, and you're just feeling that feeling from the inside out. It's like, this is what it feels like to be supported. This is what it feels like to be nurtured. In that moment, I just felt so deeply, deeply loved, seen, understood, heard, whatever it was for you. And then realize, oh my gosh, you just did it. You just activated an emotion on purpose. And in that brief moment, you weren't feeling a negative emotion. You weren't feeling anxious. You weren't feeling overwhelmed. You weren't feeling fear. And so then the game is, every time you catch yourself in one of those lower vibrations that you don't want to feel so much anymore, take the time to purposely activate this positive emotion. Now you're saying, okay, but I can only hold it for like a couple of seconds and then that fear creeps back in, right? You're just like, I gotta practice it. You have wired your brain to like pave like highways to these tough emotions, right? Because you've been there so often during your day, during every week, you've been traveling there a whole lot. So now you're trying to go into love, which is more like the beaten path, right? You probably need like, well, what are those called? A machete to like get through, right? Cut your way through. And yet you can do it, right? Even picture that. Hey, I'm making my path. What does it take to like make this new path, to groove this new path? And then can I walk it a second time and a third time? And then it's just about practice and repetition and just realizing that you can purposely activate an emotion that you enjoy. Okay, let's move right along to the second tool. The second tool is all about making a bucket list and making a bliss list. It really cracked me up the first time I heard about a bucket list. And I was like, huh, what's that? I didn't really grow up with that. But I think it's inspiring because when I catch myself going into depression, into nothing really matters anymore, into this feeling of being stuck in life and, oh, this is out of my reach, this is never going to be possible for me, I forget about all the joyous things in life, right? And then when I look down my bucket list or my bliss list, right? A bliss list is really just like a smaller version. Bucket list is like, what do I want to do, sometime in my life before I kick the bucket, before I die, before I leave this physical body behind? What do I want to explore, experience on this earth? And then the bliss list is more like a small version of it, right? Something that you could already be doing, something that makes you smile, something that feels good for you, right? It's like, what are the songs that inspire you? Do you love dancing? Do you love going for a walk? Do you love watching a sunset, right? On the bliss list, you can write anything, big or small, that's a bit more easily accessible to you, right? And when you write those things down, they pull you, that energy pulls you. I've definitely been in a total funk going, oh my God, this life is so annoying. It's so harsh. It's so challenging. I don't want to do this anymore. When I look down that bucket list and I see that I want to gallop on a horse across a beautiful beach, just imagining that is like, yeah, I do want to do that sometime in my life. Or, oh, what's another one that I have on my bucket list? I want to learn how to dance. I want to learn how to do the tango, right? I had a class here or there, but nothing where I really got into it. What is on your bucket list? What is on your bliss list? I want to explore so many different beautiful places. I've never even been to Hawaii. I've not been to Fiji, right? I want to walk along a beautiful beach. There's so many wonderful things in this world. And then also my bliss list. So often I forget just to put in like 5 minutes a day of something that I really enjoy. I know life is busy, but I promise it will make a difference. If every morning you look on your bliss list and say, what can I take 5 or 10 minutes for today that would really feed my soul, that would really make me smile, that would make me feel this is a great life. I enjoy this, right? Follow your bliss. Or as Bashar likes to say, follow your highest excitement. Because when you follow your highest excitement in the moment, whatever that might be, it is the organizing principle. It will bring everything that you desire towards you. It will lead the way to what you're looking for. So even if you at this moment don't know your purpose, right? Why am I here on this earth? If you follow that excitement every day, let me do a little something that I just really enjoy, that really feeds that excitement within me, it will start to lead the way. You will find where you need to go. And tool number 3, we're wrapping back around to our 7 key areas. Really, tool number 3 is about What do you want in your life? What is your vision for your life? What do you want in all 7 key areas of your life, right? I like to split it up in these 7 key areas because it gets your mind going. It gets you to think about what's possible. It makes you think about how multifaceted your life really is. And sometimes we get so stuck, we get such tunnel vision when we are very challenged in 1 or 2 areas of our life, or we forget that there's so many other areas of our lives that we can make time for, that we can set goals in, that we can have a vision for. So what is your vision for your life? And if you don't want to set it for your entire life or for the next 10 years, what is your vision for the next year? What is the vision for the next 3 months? Where do you want to be? Look at your life. Look at these 7 key areas and then write down for each, where am I right now? Am I happy in that place or not? Where do I want to get to? What do I actually want to experience? What would need to happen in order for me? And now come back to that number 1 emotion that you wanted to feel, right? If that was peace, write it down for every one of these 7 key areas. What would need to happen in order to feel more peace in this area of my life, right? With relationships or with my career or with my spirituality. What would need to happen in order for me to feel more peace in this area of my life? We've got to have a vision. We have to have, it's hard to say goals because some people shy away from it, and sometimes highly sensitives get a little too much in their head about achieving, right? And then we're like, goals, right? That sounds so big. It sounds kind of scary. But I just want you to have like a guidepost, a guideline, right? It's like, where would you like to see yourself in the future? And then, as Abraham Hicks always says, there's no happy ending to an unhappy journey. I remind myself of that quite frequently when I catch myself really struggling and really pushing and really forcing something in my life. It's like, why am I working so hard? Granted, working hard is great, but it is about your mindset. It is about your perception. If you're stuck in the midst of it and you're hating it and you're grinding through and you can't wait until it's over, then it's time to take a breath. Then it's time to reconnect to yourself and to your soul and to your purpose and to your mission and be like, how can I make this process more fun? What am I trying to get out of this process? Where am I trying to go, right? Am I even set up for my mission in the right way, my vision for the right way? And then, is there any other way? Is there a more joyous, fulfilling way to get there? Because there can't be a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Why? Because during that whole journey, you are practicing a vibration, a frequency, emotions that are unhappy, that are stressed out, that are overwhelmed, that are anxious, that are fearful. How are you gonna, all of a sudden, when you then have this goal, this vision, this aspiration that you're working towards, do you think all of a sudden you're going to shift your emotion and your vibration? I don't think so. Maybe briefly, and then you're unhappy again, unfulfilled again, still anxious, still fearful. We have to practice the vibration and the emotions that we truly want to feel along the path, because then you're actually practicing and bringing into being what you actually want to experience. Does that make sense to you? Comment below if you really feel that and really resonate with that. A couple of times during this recording, I really felt goosebumps, right? This like bubbliness all throughout my body. And I'm like, we're right on it, right? We're right where we need to be. I'm hopefully expressing to you, reminding you of everything you already know, and you just needed to hear again in order to activate, in order to be like, yes, that is what I'm going to work on, right? So once you have identified these 7 key areas, what you want in all these 7 key areas, pick one and then pick an action step, right? What is one little step I can take towards moving in that direction, right? And that's where it gets really interesting, particularly in coaching, right? Because then you can be like, ooh, Am I afraid of this vision? Do I feel like this vision isn't possible for me? What is keeping me blocked or stuck? I've been trying to work towards that vision, but I haven't been able to. Why haven't I been able to get there? Those things you can, oh my goodness, you can certainly explore on your own in a journal, or you can explore with a coach. Oh, so powerful. And that actually gets us right into the next session that I'll be sharing with you. The third session that I do out of those 12 sessions in my coaching program is going to be about setting up daily habits in order to connect with yourself on a daily basis, right? In order to call in that inspiration, that creativity, that whatever other emotion you decided is most important for you at this time in your life. If you want more, there are a ton more videos. Connect with me. Download my free guide. I have a great free guide about the 3 things that I think are most important for any highly sensitive person. If you haven't grabbed that, definitely go to my website and grab that. And I will see you in the 3rd session of my coaching program that's all about setting daily habits for an incredibly blissful life.